Winter arc is not just about when people lock in and they're, let's say, hitting the gym so much, they're transforming and, as they say, getting to their higher version, higher self of them. But it's also about that permanent change that you actually should be striving for. Something I've picked up from a lot of books I've read and videos I've seen, people I've even spoken to, things I've even learned from people that are just random people I've met, is that it has to come down to your mind being made up, which is something that you've probably heard multiple times. However, I feel like this is something that is just, let's say, in a sense, not used or thought about in the right ways, or it's just very much looked at briefly or lightly. Let's put it like that. When I say this, I'm talking about you will be like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I wake up early tomorrow. That's your plan. And then you can say that I'm gonna make sure to eat healthy as well. And then I'm gonna make sure to do one self-love thing. Now you're gonna do that. Your mind said you're gonna do that. But what's your subconscious looking like? Right? So your mind and your insides obviously need to be rewired, etc., back to your subconscious, but it's also you knowing that there's a why to it, right? So when you look at everything that you kind of like lost in a sense, or when you look at like sometimes it is about months that you didn't utilize to your advantage or the best of your ability, you can then say, okay, I got to do this differently. I say this because you have to be more about what is my 2025 going to look like, not what is winter art going to look like, or what am I doing in the cold season for when the hot season comes out, I'm so prepared. It's not that. It's a lifestyle. It's a major change. It's now or never type of thing. And y'all, I want y'all to be so serious to the extent of you're betting on yourself, right? For those people that, and this is not about other people because it's really not. So think about when I say those people, think about the enemy that you're fighting, right? As they say, people fight their own demons, etc. So that person that's really you, but another version of yourself that you're trying to get away from, you're trying to really transform from, is over there just watching you for the slip up, watching you for the time that you said that I'm not gonna get up today, right? And they're creeping and watching and just waiting for themselves to run to you and get back into keeping you there, keeping you locked up, keeping you tied up, keeping you stuck, right? And this is how life can feel like, right? When you're in a funk, it's just like, dang, I don't really want to do it. But you have to be beyond what you've been so used to for so long. Just because your mind has been telling you should be doing it, it is not the truth. So it's that internal battle that you go through to say that past even the winter arc, I will still be doing it. Because you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to instantly change like that and that's that. Because you'll find yourself starting doing the little bit of winter arc and boom, you're back to, well, it was really for the first week of winter. And y'all, you probably can see already, I have a major sale going on. This is my first time ever doing this, having $5 consultations. I've never did this before, but I feel like it's only right because it's highly requested as far as getting more consultation options, as far as people rebooking. I have a lot of clientele and I know people prioritize this. I also get a lot of emails and questions. So this is your chance to go ahead and get a one-on-one. And it's not just one-on-one. If you check my website, you got to go over there, head there and see. But there's a lot of different options of $5 items that do, yes, are consultations in different forms. Just to give you one example, which is not the only one, but there is video consultation too, y'all. But that one might be a little bit more, maybe just a few more dollars. But there is another one, a few more. So I don't want to tell it all. Just go to the website. And remember, it is 70% off store-wide still. So there's a lot of products that aren't $5, but they are different prices. And I also want to make this clear. It is for 24 hours. Now it's way past 24 hours since I posted these and the sale has been going on. So you are on a time clock. It will be done by 3 p.m. Tuesday, right? And so, yeah, make sure you're on it. I don't want y'all to miss out. Don't forget about Patreon and all the other exclusive stuff that I got going on. And on Patreon, you can join for free too. You communities are going on there too. So you can go ahead and head on to my patrons. Okay, so let me go ahead and don't forget exclusive content too on Patreon. Okay, you don't have to be a paid member, you could be a free member. So as I was saying with Winter Arc, the downside of this is that it's not a permanent thing for many people. They kind of utilize this time to, in a sense, try to motivate themselves and use motivation to get them through. And I feel like, yes, it's nice where you are telling yourself like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and yeah, you might have like one bad week and you get back up. But I want you to look at it as in like this, as I already used that analogy of like, it's not really an analogy, but like, if let's say like if there's somebody over there and it's just yourself again looking at you. Now let's kind of switch it to that higher self of you where it's like it's cheering you on. Right? I'm sure y'all seen pictures of where they'll say, oh, it's the person now, and then it'll be their younger self, and it'll be the younger self talking to the person now saying like, I'm so proud of you. And it makes me kind of emotional because like if you just think about it and you kind of think about your younger self, you just be like man, my younger self, like I love you, and I want you to know you'll get through anything, and I want you to know that you are capable. And you'll even say to your younger self like, you got it, or don't let that stop you, right? Or you didn't believe you would be this far, but you are. With that being said, your younger self is also talking to your future self, which that's where it kind of puts me on that like, it can get emotional because like your younger self is proud of you. Now, for your higher self, you want your higher self to say, I am waiting and I want to be in touch with you. Because if you think about life, like we go through, seasons and phases, etc., but we're going through rewiring constantly. We're going through ascending, I mean, and I wanted to say another word, evolution, I guess. So we're elevating, yes, but when I say ascending, think about like, again, when we go to your younger self and you're doing so good, then you look back at your younger self before you get to your next level, you ascend to your higher self, your younger self, you still want to look back and say like, you got this, even on your good or your bad days. So I say this to say, with that being locked in your head, let that alone be the greater purpose of you saying that I'm dedicating this to be more than just a yearly thing, or not a yearly, well, you want a lifetime, right? But a monthly thing, or a week thing, or a seasonal thing. It's a lifestyle. And unfortunately, too, with the way the modern day is, which is not an excuse, and we are not victims. So it's just you outbeating it, whether it's outbeating the system, if you look at it that way, or I don't know if people still use the word matrix, but it's not even that. It's really just outbeating your own habits, your own self, because it's really you against you. That's one thing I don't think people understand as well, which I was aiming at. And I say this because people know this, but they don't live it, right? So when you're on socials and you're letting yourself get consumed about somebody's lifestyle, but you're not reflecting on you getting better, you're going against others. That's not how it works. Same thing with like when you want it to be more than a winter arc and you're looking at yourself and you're saying, oh, winter was a good season, summer is even going to be better, right? That's how it can go. That's how it could jump. And obviously spring comes before summer, but you get my point, right? So I want y'all, same thing with fall, right? If it's summer and then fall, then it should be that fall. Yeah, you can say it might look different, but it can't say that you are getting backwards. It could be much slower. You can say that. But again, it's always the idea of lifestyle and overall evolving. Look at it that way. So don't look at it as a temporary thing, and don't let it be that. Okay, so I hope this helped in some way. Like I said, do not miss out on what is going on my website with those amazing deals. $5, you cannot beat that, and 70% store wide, and Patreon links are all there. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and I will be talking to y'all very soon. Bye, y'all.